Бажаю здоров'я, шановні українці.
Dear Ukrainians, I wish you health. On the day of November 2nd, we have a significant diplomatic outcome for our country and the whole world. The grain export initiative will continue being implemented. Russian blackmail has led nowhere. The United Nations and Secretary General Guterres personally responded in a principled and effective way. The President of Turkey, Erdogan, also participated. Other key international actors also made timely and fair steps. Once again, everyone saw that there is only one threat to global food security in our region, and that is the Russian Federation and no one else. This entire situation was immediately reflected in the stock exchanges indicators. We see some decrease in the prices of both wheat and corn. Every time Russian blackmail intensifies, food prices rise, and every time the world does not give in to blackmail, foodstuffs become cheaper. And if there was no Russian attack on Ukraine, there wouldn't even be a phantom threat to the global food crisis. Because every Russian missile that hits our ports, grain storage facilities and power plants that power our agricultural production ultimately affects the standard of living of tens of millions of people in many countries. This includes Egypt, Algeria, Somalia, Sudan, Lebanon, Bangladesh, India, China, Indonesia, Vietnam. This year they overpaid tens of billions of dollars for food. And only because of Russia, only because of crazy Russian aggression that destabilizes international trade. On November 2nd, I spoke with President Erdogan, in particular about the security of the grain corridor and the Black Sea in general, about the work of the Crimea platform, about the return of Ukrainian prisoners of war and political prisoners. We remember each and everyone who is in captivity. We will release everyone. We also talked in detail about constant Russian provocations, about Iranian drones, about missile strikes by the Russian army. For example, on morning of November 2nd, a Russian plane launched cruise missiles near Snake Island, and they actually flew over the grain corridor routes, and every such Russian launch, and they are almost daily, directly threatens food exports. And it is the partners' responsibility to work together to reduce the Russian threat. I held a meeting of the staff of the Supreme Commander-in-Chief on November 2nd. The agenda of the meeting is quite obvious. This is the situation on the front lines, in particular in Donetsk region, where the fiercest fighting is going on. By the way, I want to commend the fighters of the 10th Separate Mountain Assault Brigade and the 79th Separate Airborne Assault Brigade for their steadfastness in repelling enemy attacks right there in Donetsk region. It is especially difficult there these days. Dozens of Russian attacks every day. Our guys are standing firm and not giving up a centimeter. This is true heroism. And I thank everyone who defends our Donetsk region. Of course, we also discussed the situation in other areas at the meeting. Kharkiv region, Luhansk region, the south of the country, the situation on our borders. We are strengthening our positions everywhere and working towards the key goal, the complete liberation of the entire Ukrainian land. I held talks with Minister of Foreign Affairs of Spain. He was in Ukraine on November 2nd. I thanked Spain for the new defense aid package for our country. We discussed what could further strengthen our defense. In particular, we are working together with Spain to really provide an air shield for Ukraine. And it is very nice that on November 2nd, famous and talented historian Timothy Snyder became the new ambassador of our charity platform, United 24. His name is well known in Ukraine. He is one of those who consistently defends the historical truth about Ukrainians and explains to the world why Ukraine is important. Now Mr. Snyder has joined the fundraising effort to strengthen our anti-drone defense. He will focus on the Shahid Hunter project. I am sure that when we together provide Ukraine with reliable protection against this partnership, the Russian and Iranian regimes, it will be one of the strongest pages of our state history. And one more thing I would like to pay attention to. You probably heard that the Kremlin is saying that they demanded security guarantees from Ukraine. We should think for a moment about their statements. 252 days ago, Russia demanded security guarantees from the United States of America. After 8 months of Russia's so-called special operation, the Kremlin is demanding security guarantees from Ukraine. These are really striking changes. This shows both the failure of Russian aggression and how strong you and I are when we remain united. millions of Ukrainian men and women who fight and work for our freedom, and millions of people around the world who help us resist Russian terror. Together, we will ensure the defeat of the terrorist state and its punishment for terror, and we guarantee that all of Ukraine is and will be free. Eternal glory to all our heroes. Eternal memory to all those who gave their lives for Ukraine. Glory to Ukraine.